Hi, I'm BERNINA Expert, Amanda Murphy.
And I'm BERNINA Educator, Lane Hunter.
And we've just been teaching for several days on Q Series machines at the BERNINA Creative Center.
And it was a lot of fun. We had some great customers who were learning Q-matic. They'd all come from a sit-down frame or a sit-down table long arm, and they wanted to try out Q-matic and see what they could do with it.
A lot of the customers also had experience with computerized quilting, like quilting in the hoop of your 990 or your 770. And they were learning what more you can do once you take the step and move to a frame, because there's a lot of different possibilities that become available to you.
Yeah, and a frame is like quilting in the hoop. It's just a much bigger hoop.
And you can kind of see the whole thing all at once.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you can combine ruler work, which you know I love, with free motion, but also with automation.
Yes, that's what I love.
Yeah, so we thought we'd take you guys over to a frame and show you just like a little bit, a small amount of the features that you can access that are really exciting about frame quilting.
You want to come with us?
So we're here at the BERNINA Creative Center in the Longarm room, and there are a ton of machines in this room. There are actually 11 classic frames, and they each have 2 sew heads, so it can accommodate lots of people. We're done with class, but we've gone ahead and turned on one machine so we can show you the features.
Yeah, come on over. So there's lots of advantages to using a frame for quilting. One of them is that you can see your whole project before you stitch it out. So we're going to look at the Q-matic software system and play around with it a bit.
So Lane's brought up a bunch of edge-to-edge designs, and the style of these designs, they're kind of all undulate. They go up and down. So when you do it as an edge-to-edge across your top, you don't see a clear quilting line like you would if you used a border design.
Yeah.
There's so many designs that are on the Q-matic already, but of course you can add to them. And that's my design.
That's your design. This is the very first design I ever used when I was learning how to use this software program. And I love it because it's so circular and bubbly, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, and the other thing you learn with computerized designs is the computer's really smart. It knows to slow down at each corner so you don't get a pulled thread. So if you want to pick something that's going to be really fast, you pick designs that are very fluid and have a lot of curves.
That's what I do if the shower is tomorrow and I have to do this today. I find a curvy design versus something that has a lot of squares, because that one's just slower by nature. So I've picked this design, and there's a really easy method of creating more of it for your quilt and then building it down. And you can see that this design is designed very well, Amanda.
Thank you.
Because when you scrunch it together, it nests inside each other. And this is what she's talking about. You can't see the horizontal lines of stitching because they blend together. But what I like to do in this tool, this multiply tool, for designs like this that have that curve to them, if I pull them apart a little bit, you can see that I can shift them off to the side and create empty spaces and nest it back together. And what I like to do is then go back after I've stitched this out, change the thread and go back and do free motion in those empty spaces. So I get to put my personality back into it.
Or you could do, like with a curved design like this, you could do straight line, like ruler work to contrast with the curves. It depends on how much contrast you want with the shape. But this is something unique to a longarm, that you can kind of design the whole quilt out. And if I was working on a custom quilt and I was working on a border, I would keep border elements to the side and be able to reuse those files as the clean file. I'd keep that to the side and use it again as I work down the quilt. It's a really great feature.
But it's fun. In just one tool, I've made multiple quilt designs with the same design. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
Just playing.
Well,
Just playing.
fancy seeing you here,
Oh,
Vince.
I know. I appreciate it.
Do you haunt the Bernina Longarm room?
I never get to leave.
They keep you here.
They keep me here as much as I can.
He sleeps underneath right here, and then they bring him out for classes.
Oh yeah. So they do. But I get out a lot. So hopefully I'll get to see some of the dealers and some of the customers out at the shows and stuff.
We get to see each other. We actually.
This is Vince, by the way.
Yeah, Vince, introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. My name is Vince Nutt. I am actually the Q Series development manager for the United States. So we are here, and I wanted to actually come in and actually congratulate Lane on becoming a Bernina educator with us for the Q Series, and welcome to the team.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you being here.
So for those of you who don't know, Lane and I have taught together for years, because when I've been in the Q Series classroom at Houston Quilt Festival, when you're running the booth, sometimes I'm in the booth and sometimes I'm in the classroom. Lane's been my monitor, and we've also done a bunch of mega events together, etc. But Bernina is really good at finding talent and kind of using it in a smart way. So you have a new role.
You're making me blush.
Yeah, so you do events at the Creative Center as well.
Yeah, so now what I will be doing is teaching dealers and customers how to use Q-matic and the Longarms.
Because I think one thing people don't realize, that one of Bernina's big strengths is that they have a dealer network.
Correct.
And the dealer can help you because they're trained. They can help you learn the system.
The dealers actually come to this facility here to get certified to be able to sell the long arms. So they are now certified to sell long arms. And if you go to a dealer and you want to learn them, they know how to set it up. They know how to deliver it. They know how to teach you. And all of that is taught from the Creative Center here at the Q Series room.
And that's something that way back when I was hired in a dealership, what I loved about Bernina is the education.
Right.
That it's not about selling a machine and then kicking you out the door. You actually are learning how to do all of the things so that you have fun.
And I think from a designer perspective, I learned so much when you teach. You almost learn more when you teach, just based on the questions that people ask and what they're struggling with.
Yeah.
And the dealers can teach you a lot too about what they need day to day to help educate the consumer.
Yeah.
Good. Well, welcome
Thank
to the
you very
team.
much.
We appreciate it and love to spend time with Amanda. She's wonderful.
I know.
So,
we have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we do. So it's February, and we probably have promotions this month, right?
We do, and I just so happen to have the promotion brochure right here. The good thing about this, if you can help me out, you can stretch it all the way out. Some of the promotions that we have right now are if you're looking for a set-down model, a Q Series set-down model, we have $750 off of the MSRP price for the set-down. On the studio frame, we have $1,250 off. And on the Pro frame, the Q Series Pro frame with a 20 or the 24 head, you actually get the $2,500 off. And if you add a Q-matic, you get another $2,500. That gives you $5,000 off MSRP. Also, we have a new product out called the hoop frame, the Bernina hoop frame, and you have an opportunity to take a look at that. If you don't have room for one of the bigger frames, this hoop frame is a great addition to your sewing room.
So when you mentioned the studio frame and the Pro frame, we're standing in front of a Pro frame,
Yes,
right?
we
And
are,
the
yes.
studio frame is it's the entry level frame. It's still really sturdy. It's really nice. It can take the Q16s and the Q20s.
Correct.
And then the Pro frame takes the
Q20s
20s.
and the Q24s.
Yeah. But if you have questions about that, they can always go to their dealers,
They can go
right?
to your local dealer, and you could ask about the promotions, and also you can go to Bernina.com and you can take a look and see what's on our website. And one other thing I'd like to bring up too is you get 50% off the red and gray gift boxes for the Q Series, for the set down and for the spring models.
I was always jealous of that gift box because I had a Q Series before you put
that
together
is true.
the gift box.
That
It
is
has
true.
a lot of things in it. It has
It
like
does.
laser light and spool pins and
Everything.
And
feed
the
and
coolest scissors that are now my favorite scissors ever in that box. So
You'll
you
have
have
to
to
get a
buy a
second
long arm
gift
so that you
box.
can get the scissors.
That is true.
And also, okay, so not everyone has space for a long arm. I bought my house around my long arm. I measured the poles going up, but not everyone does that.
Well,
So they might not have space. So a lot of times you can still do custom work. So if you had either a domestic machine or a sit-down long arm, like a Q16 or a Q20 in the table, where you do your ruler work and your free motion, you can combine that with an embroidery machine to get like a computerized design in a block, and then you free motion around it. Makes you look really good. Like,
it does.
Way better than you might actually be capable of free motioning. That's why sometimes people, look at my quilts where you have the computerized design and the free motion, and they're like, wow, but you guys, I kind of cheated, but it's not cheating to use the technology.
Well, I'll let you tell them about that since you brought it up.
Yeah, so actually the embroidery only machines on sale are on, I have a special too, both the 500 and the 700, which are just embroidery only. And the reason why embroidery only is also good is you can be sewing on your other machine while you're embroidering, or you can be quilting on a Q Series.
Exactly.
Because of who I'm hanging out with, on your other machine while you're embroidering. So you can go to your dealer and see what they have.
You can. artofbernina.com.
You can also find us.
Oh, yeah. When do we see each other again?
April.
Okay.
You're coming to my hometown.
Excellent. Portland.
Yeah.
We're doing a dealer.
Yeah.
event.
So if you're interested, you can find me on Instagram, Lane Hunter, or 2 Right Feet Lane. And
you can find me on my YouTube channel, Amanda Murphy Design, or in my Facebook group, which is Quilting with Amanda Murphy. And, well, Vince lives here.
Yeah. Well, no, I live in Florida, but I'm everywhere.
Yeah, you might see him at festival, at H&H, in the BERNINA Longarm booth.
Yes. Yes. So you'll find me.
We're so glad you guys joined us today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And again, welcome to the team.
thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you learned something new about working on a long arm on a frame.
And using the Q-matic software. If you really enjoyed it, BERNINA is offering you a rebate for up to $100 on a new BERNINA machine.
So to get the rebate, you visit shop.berninausa.com/BERNINAQ.
Get your voucher today. Can I get that?
You already have a machine.
Oh, yeah.